Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Mag on Espresso Live. I'm here with Amel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Chris.
Good afternoon. So, Amel is the media officer of Vasanok, and she's hosting this show with me, helping us with different sports, talking about different sports development in the country. So, today we are going to talk about football, so international competition, Champions League that just ended last weekend, and also the Vodafone Premier League Championship that has resumed last weekend. And we are also going to talk about sports that we haven't seen much lately in Vanuatu cycling.
Yes, cycling is back on track, if I may say. So yeah, we're going to talk a bit more about these sports. Like we see a lot of people on the street with some bikes, but yes. Unfortunately there is not sports development yet. So we're going to talk about it later with our guests. We will have Carlos and one of the police officer to talk also about safety on the road while you're cycling.
Yeah, and they are organizing an event
yes,
on
also.
Friday, so
exactly.
He will give us more detail about it. Okay, yes, so back to football. Well, this weekend has been very good for Real Madrid fans.
Yes, and very sad for Liverpool fans, unfortunately.
Real Madrid have won their 14th Champions League.
Yes.
With their only goal of the game was scored by Vinicius. Real Madrid have been remarkable this season.
Yes.
With great comebacks in the qualifying match.
Yeah. So I remember at the beginning of the season, everyone was telling that they were at the end of the cycling and cycle, and Karim Benzema is out, and they need to also renew their middle field.
Yes.
And they won the 14th Champions League with a national also championship.
Yes, La Liga.
La Liga. So, I mean, it's a good answer to all the criticism.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, that's what we love too about sports. I mean, the emotions that they produce, yes. Along the way.
Exactly. And the fact that nothing is actually written in advance.
Yes.
And you can have beautiful surprises. And yeah, now I think that Karim Benzema will have to have the Ballon d'Or. I mean,
it's obvious.
Yes, if he doesn't have it, it's a plot, you know. They have something against him. It's not possible. But yeah, I think it will be a great achievement for his career and what everything he has done for Real Madrid.
So the fans, I mean, they're really the 12th player in the field. I mean, the support is really important.
Yeah, and they had a big role also in the winning, I think, even though we had some problems with some of the fans during the pre-game, where they tried to enter in the stadium without any tickets. And unfortunately, the police answered with a very bad way, like gassing some fans. So it was kind of a chaos at the beginning, but after... Especially
because, some I think were with the families, I mean...
Yeah, with kids, so... Now there is, I think, an investigation to understand what was wrong, what went wrong, and who's going to be guilty about all this. So we will wait until the verdict. But it didn't ruin the game and the pleasure to watch this final. And also, I would like to do a special mentions to the French referees, because the referee for this final were French, and the main one was Clément Turpin. And I know him, so good job. He did very well.
Oh, yes.
And it's rare to mention referees when they do a good job, so I think it's good also to tell them that. We only talk about them when they are doing mistakes, so...
Yes. Also, I want to talk more about the fans. I mean, here in Vanuatu, I think the best fans are... in football are the one are the Notefate United fans.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. I mean, they really love their team. They really support their team. When there is a game on Saturday, They get up early, get ready, hop on a boat from the other side of the island to come in town to watch the game. So yeah, the colors are black and orange, and it's really amazing to see how colorful when they enter the stadium.
Nice.
And yeah, they have been also voted the best fun last year. So
I mean, that's real commitment.
yes,
To come from north of Ifate.
and really, I mean, parents, kids, even the mamas.
That's nice. Yeah, because we all know that the roads are pretty hard sometimes.
Yes.
Like it's difficult to travel and to just travel around here on the island. So
Yes. Vanuatu is a small country, and I have never been to Europe, but I think it's 1,000 times more like this. I think some stadiums might even fit the whole population of Efate.
yes.
I've never been there, but I think you have been there. So,
Yeah.
what is it like?
So I've been in a couple of stadiums in France in particular, and one of my favorite team that I support is Olympique de Marseille. So it's one of the best atmosphere in Europe, obviously. I would say this. I've been to some games, so with the very fanatics fans.
The ultras?
Yes, they were the ultra, and it was, oh my god, I was a student at the time, and we were all coming at classes the next day without any voices.
Oh, really?
Because we were all screaming all night and dancing, and so yeah, that's the best game I've seen.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard. I mean, even players from direct rival teams, they say, it's one of the best atmosphere in the stadium, the Velodrome.
Yes, exactly. It's in Marseille, and every time you go, even if it's for a small game, you'll still have the
ambience,
how
the vibes.
Yeah, that's the vibes. And they build it. They renewed the stadium for the Euro 2016 because it was happening in France.
Yes.
And now they did a system that makes everything amplified.
Oh, okay.
So even if you're not with the ultras on the extremity, you can still feel the vibration of the voice, and it's very intense when you go and watch a game there.
Oh.
And I've been there for the Europa League.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the remontada also.
Oh, okay, yes.
Had to win, and at the end of the additional time, someone.
The Japanese player, I forgot his name. Siro? Or?
What's his name? Saka or something?
Yes, Saiko.
Yeah, and he just go from all the
field,
and he scored at the last minute, and everything went crazy. It was just.
Oh, you were at the time at this match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was pushing everyone, and it was chaos, and I was oh my god, I'm gonna die there. It's okay, I'm here, and it was one of the best memories of my life, so that's, I think Marseille is one of the best atmosphere in France you can have.
Well, back to Vanuatu with our national championship. So, yeah, the game have resumed last weekend, and since the part of the second season in January, the new signings from the last window transfer didn't have the opportunity to represent the new colors. So there have been some great games. I went to watch Galaxy versus Eraco. So yeah, Eraco scored in the last 5 minutes. And Galaxy came back and managed to overturn this, and by scoring 2 goals in the before halftime, so in the stoppage minute.
So you lost your voice also.
Yes, so it was one of the goals was Anthony Pelli from Galaxy. So it was the signing, one of the last signing, and he managed to score, and also Andre Batik who scored the winning goals. So, and then on the second game, on the second half, even though Eraco was one man down, the score didn't change until the end of the match. And Eraco had few good players that transferred to other clubs, but they have now a team with new young players, and they are eager to win. So they will face Shepherds United, who also has many young players. So it's going to be on Saturday, this coming Saturday, 4th June, at the Port Vila Stadium at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
It will be a good match.
Be there. Take notes.
So yeah, the standing after day 10 in the Vodafone Premier League. So if you're a Blackbird, is first with 23 points. Mauriki FC 20 points. Galaxy FC with 18 points, followed by Notefate United and Tafea, respectively 17 and 16 points. So Galaxy, Notefate and Tafea are very close to each other. So they have to win the next game to maintain their positions. Otherwise, they can drop down easily.
Suspense end of the season.
At the moment, the games are still going to be held at Port Vila Stadium because the Ministry of Health is still using Corman Stadium as a quarantine facility. But yesterday, the PVFA signed an agreement with the Vanuatu National Sports Commission that by the end of the June, they will be able to use back to the Corman Stadium.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I heard about this one also. That's a good news for the athletics team.
Yes,
athletics.
they can
be able
train.
To train there. So.
This weekend there will be an interesting game also between the two clubs from Mele Village. So one is Tupuchi Mere is going to play against Mauriki FC. Mauriki FC is Julia's team. So good luck to you, Julia, and your boys if you're watching.
Think about you.
On Friday, 3rd June, Mauia FC will play Notefate at 3 p.m. And on Saturday, I think it will be a very important match. Ifira Blackbird, who is leading, is going to play Tafia. So Ifira has to win to maintain the leader position. And Shepherds United will play Eracor Golden Star at 1 p.m. And at 3 p.m., I count Yatel is going to play against Galaxy FC.
Oh, sounds like a lot of events.
Yes, for different match for all the football fans.
Exactly.
For this weekend.
You're going to be busy.
Yes, okay.
Yes, so we're going to jump on the
Cycling, yes.
Because if you don't want to watch football, you can go for a bicycle trip around the Fate, or even maybe on other islands when it will be less, when there will be less restriction.
Yes, I think I see. At each end of year there are young teenagers from around. I think it was Melemat who started, and they are going around. They are cycling around.
The island.
Fate, yes.
That's true. Yeah. Carlos told me a bit about it. Our guest who will be here with us in a few minutes. And that's like one of the sports that you can see a little bit of bicycle in the streets, but we had a federation back in the days. I think it was in 2014, 13, but then no one really took over, which is a shame. So, but we still see bicycles, and I think there is a need here in Vanuatu. So that's why the bicycle federation is trying to be reestablished. But what is cycling first? I will do a bit of a history for you guys. So it is the use of bicycle or bike for an exercise, recreation, transport or sports. So you can use it for a different type of meaning. And actually bicycle it's a very old way of transport because it was introduced in the 19th century. And now we have approximately 1 billion worldwide users, so it's a lot.
Oy.
And most of them are actually from Europe because it's very democratized and you have a lot of roads only for bicycle, so it is also more safe to use it. So if, for example, you go in Netherlands or Denmark.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
I don't know if you've seen that
Yes.
kind of pictures. You've seen like bicycle parking with like full of
line.
and you can see just that on the street, and there are not that many cars on the streets also. So it's very good to see that it's popularized and.
I saw there's a system where you rent a bike, or you can
Yes.
you can use it and then drop it at the next stop, and someone can use it after.
So in France it was very common. I was using this when I was in Marseille.
Oh,
so
really?
sometimes I would just take the public transport to go to work, and then to come back it was a beautiful day, and you don't want to be like all squeezed with the sweat of everyone after the long day. So you just like rent your bike. It's like €1, so 100 Vanuatu.
100 watt.
You pay this to use it for 1 hour.
Okay.
So usually like you don't bike for 1 hour. You use it when you have 15 minutes, 20 minutes of bicycle. And I was just going back from work like this. And now there are a lot of cities who are using this thing because it's very useful.
And ecological as well.
Exactly,
For the environment.
And for example, if you don't know where to park your bike, you just put it at the station, and you don't have to think about it. So I think that's a very great way of introducing bikes in the cities.
Yes.
Because you don't have all the problems of parking your bikes or think about it.
And if you have to jump in with someone, then
that's it.
You say, "Oh, my bike! I have to take care of my bike. Can I put in your car?"
That's it. No, it's like at the station. You don't think about it, and when you want to use it again, you take another one, and that's really good. So I think Cycling Federation will not be at this level here in Vanuatu, but if we manage to encourage more people to use bicycle, it will be already a huge step. But I understand, and that's what our guest will talk about, is that sometimes safety on the road is a little bit concerning because we have mad, crazy drivers. So yeah, and if you don't have a lot of space on the road and people are just driving you very close.
Yeah, I've seen this.
I've seen this so many times. So yeah, like this is what the Cycling Federation will try to work on and encourage people to use bicycle instead of cars or everything, because it's also more ecological, and you'll be also in a better health. So there is a lot of benefits using cycling. Sorry. But also regarding the sports, because it's an Olympic sports recognized from also the 20th century. We have different type of disciplines in cycling. You have the road bicycle, which is that everyone knows because there is the Tour de France, which is a big
worldwide,
race. That's it, worldwide. And you have also like La Vuelta in Spain or Giro Tour of Italy. You have the trike cycling sorry. These are the races that take place in a velodrome. So
inside
they are turning around on the big track, and it's a bicycle that doesn't have any brakes.
Really?
Yes.
They don't have brakes?
So I don't know if you've seen this at the Olympics, for example, but the trainer has to hold the bicycle, and they are pushing them, and then they have to move to make the
they're going very, very fast.
And after to stop, if you notice, they are just stopping the race, and they are slowly
reducing the speed.
Yes, exactly.
Completely
and then they go on the safe zone, but they don't have any brakes. So if there is a problem, you can't not brake. You have also the cyclocross. It's a little bit less known, but it's like races that usually take place in autumn and winter, and it's like several laps of 2 or 3 kilometers, and you can have different type of pavement. You have wood trails, grass, step hills, and obstacles that sometimes require the rider to dismount and carry the bike and remount in one motion.
Whoa!
So yeah, these are like less famous, but it's also a big sports. You have mountain bike. This one are held off-road, and it involves a moderate to high degree of technical riding because it's very difficult sometimes. And the last one, you have the BMX. I think this is the model you can
Yes.
see a lot here on the street. But usually it's also off-road races, and you have a track, and you have to do also like you go very, very fast. And you have also like several sub-disciplines, but I'm not going to talk about everything. But for BMX, for example, you have the freestyle BMX.
Yeah.
So this is where you do the tricks and that everyone enjoys.
Yeah, I see I think there's a teenager who is posting his videos and photos on Instagram. And
Oh, nice.
he really takes a good
Is he
picture.
from Vanuatu?
Yes,
Oh.
and I think he's on Sundays he's doing his tricks at the seafront.
Well, we will contact him if we do. But I know One Small Bag is also maybe running some BMX freestyle.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about this one actually. I will have to double check. But I know they have some bicycles there. But we need to ask them if they are doing some BMX freestyle contest.
Yeah.
It can be interesting. So yeah, and in a few minutes I think we'll have our guest.
Carlos.
Yes. So welcome back everyone. Carlos joined us today to talk about the World Bicycle Day. The police officer sends his apologies because he couldn't be here with us, but he's working on this day, so it's fine. Thank you, Carlos, for being here today. So you took over the Cycling Federation and you're trying to reestablish it a little bit in Vanuatu. Have a new breath of young people who are cycling, and we want them involved in the cycling life. So you are helping them to do that. So first of all, we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of cycling. What are the benefits? Why do you want to encourage the young?
Yes, and the World Bicycle Day, in fact, has to do with the benefits of bicycles. It was a day proposed by Turkmenistan, a country in Asia, in 2018, because there are enough issues related with the way we all live in the world and the lack of balance between nature and people, and they wanted to promote bicycles as the appropriate means of transport. So basically, it's a very simple means of transport. It's affordable, it's clean, and it's environmental fit. So it can prevent death. Precoce death of people. So it's estimated that 1 million people die without the need of dying if they have a different standards of life, and bicycles can help that. So obviously we know about the issues regarding with health in Vanuatu, NCDs for example. Bicycles can actually help to the people by using it to prevent heart diseases as well, lung diseases, muscle development. Of course, when we look to the bicycle, it's very interesting because we all appreciate technology and rockets going to the moon, but the bicycle is the most efficient, energy efficient vehicle ever built. When you compare a bicycle with a car, with a train, in terms of the energy that you use, you don't need any additional energy out from your body, so you are not burning fossil fuels, you are burning fat, you are burning what you eat, and makes you eat in a very efficient way as well, so it makes it healthier as well. Vanuatu, there's lots of barriers to access to school. So either school fees or transport or remote areas, or when you look, the bicycle can actually go in footpaths that a truck can't go. And if you make it efficient as it is, you can go quicker, and you go in a autonomous way. And make Piccaninnies,
so dirt roads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Piccaninnies have no excuse. If they have a bicycle, they have to be on time in school. They become more responsible. There are enough evidence that if we start to commute not only to school but to work, we will become more productive as well. So, continue with the education point of view, you can reduce absenteeism, dropouts from school. You have kids motivated to go to school as well. Girls, women. In Africa, there are evidence and there are some cases, and there's an NGO investing on this because of evidence, giving bicycles to young women and girls created an opportunity for them to be more autonomous, to go to school where before they were afraid because of harassment in the public transport, for example. So there's lots of potential if we have an open mind to change some aspects of our way of living, of our culture, and just be open to tomorrow. And the bicycle is actually the vehicle for tomorrow. And of course the economy behind that. I'm not paying fuel for the last 2 years, and I'm seeing people struggling with their car and managing the finances because they are addicted to fossil fuels. I'm not.
And you don't suffer from these changes, which is good.
Absolutely.
So it's a benefit cycle, because if you start to go on the bicycle, you'll have all the good effects. It will force you to eat good, and it will also force maybe the municipality. They see that everyone is on the bicycle, they will have to build the infrastructures.
Different lanes for bicycles.
Exactly. I feel sometimes I feel very privileged, and I just discovered late. I'm 52 years old, so I started.
You don't look like 52.
And
this is because of the bicycle that you don't look 50.
And I just feel that I should have tried before, because even today and every day I wake up like a pickaninny, very excited. Oh, I have my bicycle, and that's how I feel happy with it.
Even when it's raining?
Yes. I'm sweaty anyway. So it's actually better if it is raining. I feel better. So, and then I'll have my showers. That's okay.
That's a good positivity.
Yes.
But speaking of infrastructure, sometimes we can see that with the roads, it's a bit dangerous, because there are some, as we said, even with the car, you're afraid. So, what can we do about cycling and safety to ensure people that it's okay to use your bike?
Yes, it's a learning process, I must say. My first day when I decided to come with a bicycle to Vanuatu was a bit scared about going from town to the cathedral, because I work up close to the cathedral, and I was scared, and my first 2 times I was really panicking. But then I realized there's gears, there's mechanisms within the bicycle that you can use. You just go slow, and actually it's very effective. So, and that there is a kind of an idea, no, Port Vila is not good for bicycles. Of course it is. It's in terms of geography and the way it's set up, it's not an issue. Of course, the roads are not like Luganville. I think Luganville, and I went to Luganville and Santo to ride it extensively, and I think Luganville could be the paradise of the bicycles, because the
wide roads.
Yes, there is all the conditions. That's even the South Central Road that is just start being built. We wrote a letter from the Vanuatu Cycling Federation asking, initiate a talk, because it's good for the country and it follows the National Sustainable Development Plan. In this letter, basically, we ask a very simple thing. In any new road that the Vanuatu government, provincial governments, municipality develop, why not make a public policy that, okay, we will consider the bicycles a safe lane, and have some signals, education to the drivers, to allow people to ride in a safe way, So a public policy in general. We also ask, let's see what happens, we try. Why not? Making a bicycle way and make probably the first bicycle road with a bicycle lane in the Pacific. I don't know, but probably in Melanesia.
That'd be great.
And
Yeah.
South Center Road, another great, beautiful road. One of the most beautiful scenery roads
with different landscape.
Vanuatu, and imagine tourism around and the potential of having bicycles to commute in the South Center Road.
Yeah, Vanuatu tourism is looking, to develop more into sports tourism as well.
Yes,
So.
yes, indeed.
Yes, that's it. There are lots of opportunities, and maybe to initiate it here in Port Vila, it will show that it's possible, and maybe if it's working in Port Vila, maybe it will work in Santo, in Luganville, and then maybe in Malekula, in Tana.
And maybe in Solomon Islands.
Yes,
Papua New Guinea.
exactly. Let's just be big here, No, for sure, because I know that some tourists will be delighted to come here in the island and do a road trip just with their bicycles. So
I've been in Timor-Leste. It's very, very popular. The Timor tours. It's a specific and professionals come to make. There's a very big mountain there. And it became already part of the international bicycle tours, Timor tour.
yeah,
Why not?
that'd be great also for the economy, because it will create jobs and
different
hundreds of people.
But this is what you're going to talk also about on the Friday for the parade. So maybe if people you want to come, it's going to be 3rd of June. It will start in a different part of the FAT with the main communities who are cycling. So we have Pango, Eracor, and Mele and Menemat. And I heard, I'm not sure if the number is right, but you're going to correct me, that we are waiting approximately around 100%. Is it correct?
To be honest, I don't know. We wrote to the Ministry of Education. It's a school day, so we need to respect the decision of the teachers and the parents about what is a priority for them. So when we talked with the community leaders, they were extremely excited. Oh, in Mele 300 and 100.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Mele, each end of year they are doing.
Mele, it's amazing. Mele, it's the center of bicycles of Vanuatu. Is really, and there's a culture and a history of Mele, and we have to learn a lot from Mele. In our strategic plan of the Cycling Federation to develop other communities. But there's obviously something very special happening in Mele traditionally. But yes, everyone is very excited. They are already putting lights and beautifying the bicycles to come to Port Vila, in Eracor and Pango as well. I heard some stories of excitement from the community leaders. We have to thank as well to the Chef of Province who's helping us through the area secretariats and area councils to organize this event. We have the Vanuatu Police Force. It's a very important topic
for safety on the road.
For safety. They have been already helping us. This is the 3rd event. One was a fundraising at Eracor Bridge about bicycles and safety. The second one was at the French school. The French school will also help us to set up a small circuit where students, children can participate and learn the traffic rules, safety. Even the legislation itself is not well developed. We need to develop more. There's no concept of helmet, for example. So there's work to be done at the police side as well. The police is extremely supportive of the idea of the bicycles. We all have, and we have to ask the people to be extra care on Friday. It's a
So you are going from each community. So what are you?
yes. So
completely doing?
the program is basically we will start at 9:30. So in all communities, the students, boys and girls. Hopefully, we encourage girls to come as well, because bicycles it's made for boys and girls and everyone. And at 9:30 they should be ready in Pango, Eracor village, close to the community wall, and in Mele, so the boys and girls from Mele Mat can come closer to Mele. Then there will be a convoy. The police will, with the support of the municipal police, so Port Vila municipality is also helping us and providing us seafront and the stage for these activities. They will come for. We gave an hour just
back to town.
Back to town.
Okay.
There will be, for example, Tokyo will join Bango. There will be other communities will join. So basically, that's these three main communities. We ask everyone, Freshwater, other communities to come carefully and go back carefully, because we cannot have police escorts everywhere, personalized or to each place. But this is just to support these three communities who are we already engaged with the Vanuatu Cycling Federation. We have done a few awareness programs. And yes, another thing that we will have the pleasure to do is to announce that we have 10 BMX bicycles that were kindly supported by the Oceania Confederation of Cyclism, who's an organization linked with the Union Internationale de Cyclisme, based in Switzerland, where all the big sports of the world, like the Tour de France, the Italy, and all the big events are linked with that organization. It's like FIFA of the bicycles. So they were extremely supportive of the Vanuatu Cycling Federation. Amel asked me to some help on reporting on the small grassroots activities at Veracor Bridge. We put together a report, then they were excited. Yes, there are some activities. We talked briefly, I didn't know at the time about Mele, but I heard Mele is the center of. So we put all together, and now we are starting having some positive results from outside, and now we need all the businesses and authorities and stakeholders that we consider our friends of the Vanuatu Federation, Ministry of Infrastructure, Municipality, Police, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, to work together with us to continue to develop this beautiful mean of transport that can help the development of the country.
That's it.
So you heard, so Friday, this coming Friday on the 3rd June, so you can go down at the seafront and watch the different activities held by the Vanuatu Cycling Federation.
Exactly. And maybe it's going to give some ideas to some young people who will want to get involved.
Yes.
That would be the good opportunity. So please come to us and don't hesitate to say that you are interested. This is why we are doing this also. So.
Yes. Thank you, very much for coming in the show today, and thank you all for following us on the Sportsman on Espresso Live with Amel. So I'd like to thank you, and we'll see you next week on the next episode.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone.